Here's the question number 8. Consider the graph of function f. So this is the graph of function f. Use the graph to obtain characteristics about graph of f prime. We need to sketch the graph of the derivative f prime. There are two parts. Let's do A first. I've suggested that you draw your grid right below the graph of f and you mark your landmarks. Landmarks are the points, for example, where the tangent is horizontal. That's the peaks and the dips. So let's say this is A and this is B and this is 0. At these points, derivative will be 0. Okay. So at these points, f prime of A is 0, f prime of 0 is 0, f prime of B is 0. Why? Because the tangent is horizontal. Horizontal tangent means slope of the tangent is 0. Okay. Now, next part. When x is less than a, the function is increasing. So the slope of the tangent is positive. So f prime of x when x is less than a would be a positive number because function is increasing. The slope is positive. So it's something above x-axis, but it finally reaches 0. So it's slowly decreasing to get to 0. Okay. Now, between a to 0, function is going down. That means f prime of x would be negative. So between a to 0, it's a negative number, but it has to reach back to the 0 because that's where it's going. Okay. Now let's consider between 0 to b. F of x is going up. That means f prime of x is positive. That means between 0 to b, function is positive, but it has to come back to 0. Lastly, when x is more than b, function is going down. That means the slope is negative number. So this is the answer of derivative function for this graph. Similarly, let's try part B here. Again, let's draw the grid right below and draw the landmark points. Landmark points are points where the tangent is horizontal. Let's name this A, let's name this B. So somewhere here A and somewhere here B, the derivatives is 0. So f prime of A is 0 in this case, f prime of B is 0. Let's talk about when x is less than a. Before a, function is going down. That means f prime of x is negative. It has to be some negative number, but it is approaching to 0. Okay. Let's talk about between a to b. The function is going up. That means f prime of x is positive. So that means it's above x-axis, but it's going up and then it has to come down to 0. Lastly, let's talk about x is more than b. If x is more than b, the function is going down. That means f prime of x is negative. So again, a negative number. So this is the graph of f prime for this given function f. So this question is about calculating the derivative. We need to remember various formulas. Let's do one at a time. 9a. The function is 4x to the power 5 minus 3x squared plus 6x plus pi. We need to find the derivative. Most of these, this function here is using the power rule, x to the power n. So n comes down power 1 less. 5 comes down, multiplies with 4, 20, x to the power 1 less, 4, minus 2 comes down, multiplies with 3, 6, x to the power 1 less is x, plus derivative of x is just 1, so that's 6, plus pi's derivative is 0. So basically 20x4 minus 6x plus 6 is your derivative. You can write either derivative like this or dy by dx. Let's look at part B. This is quotient function. So we are going to use quotient rule. Remember, quotient rule is if we have f by g, then y prime is denominator square, numerator's derivative times g minus numerator times g's derivative. So let's try for this function. 2x plus 1 whole square, derivative of numerator, which is x, times 2x plus 1 denominator minus x times the derivative of 2x plus 1. Derivative of x is 1 times 2x plus 1 minus x times derivative of 2x is just 2. 1's derivative is 0. 2x plus 1 square. So 2x plus 1 minus 2x divided by 2x plus 1 whole square. If you notice, this 2x cancels. We have 1 by 2x plus 1 whole square. Hey, let's work on part C. Here, the function is x sine x. If you notice, this is product of two functions. So we need to apply product rule. If we have two functions product, derivative is first function's derivative times second function as is plus first function as is times derivative of the second function. So let's find the derivative. Derivative of the first function, that is x, times sine x as is plus first function as is derivative of sine x. Derivative of x is 1 times sine x plus x times derivative of sine, you guys remember, cosine x. So the answers can be simply written as sine x plus x cosine x. Okay, there's one last. Let's work on part D. Y here is x by 2 minus tangent x. One more time, this is a quotient. If we have a quotient, then the quotient rule says denominator square, numerator's derivative times denominator minus numerator times derivative of the denominator. So here y prime should be equal to denominator's square, derivative of numerator times denominator minus x times the derivative of denominator. Derivative of x is 1 times 2 minus tangent x minus x. Derivative of 2 is 0 minus derivative of tangent is secant square x. Let's open the parenthesis. 1 times anything is the same thing. Negative, negative, positive, x secant square x, 2 minus tangent x whole square. This is your answer.